Section 2.1b, multiplying mixed numbers. Okay, our I can statement for today is I can multiply mixed numbers. Okay, so going right along with what we learned yesterday of multiplying fractions. Okay, this is very similar. Okay, today we're just multiplying all fractions that are mixed numbers, which means they have a whole number out in front with a fraction part. Okay, so let's talk about our key vocabulary for today. An improper fraction is a fraction where the blank is greater than or equal to the blank. Okay, a fraction where the numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. Okay, an improper fraction is where the numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. For example, 3 halves. Okay, the numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. A mixed number is a fraction with a whole number and a fraction part. Okay, for example, okay, a mixed number might look like 1 and 1/2. Okay, so it has a whole number and a fraction part. Okay, product. Product is just the answer to a multiplication problem. We all know that. Okay, multiplying mixed numbers. When multiplying mixed numbers, it's going to be steps 2, 3, and 4 are going to be very similar to what you already saw with multiplying fractions. Okay, the only difference is we have an added step at the beginning. It says you need to first turn mixed numbers into an improper fraction. By multiplying the denominator by the whole number, then add the numerator and place it all over the denominator. Okay, so what does all that mean? That's a lot of big words. Let's first talk about it. Okay, it says we are first going to multiply the denominator by the whole number. Okay, well, the bottom number is the denominator, so I'm going to circle it as a reminder. Okay, that's where I'm going to start. And I'm going to multiply the denominator times the numerator. Then I'm going to multiply the denominator times the whole number, and then we're going to add the numerator and then place it all over top of the denominator. So what it's going to look like is 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 on top is 3 all over 2. Okay, so that's what we have here, 3 over 2. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing for the second one. We're going to multiply the denominator times the whole number, so 3 times 2 plus the 2 on top, so 3 times 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, so 8 over 3. Okay, so now that we've turned both mixed numbers into an improper fractions, now we're going to check to see if we can cross simplify just like we did yesterday. So if we look at our example here, we have 3 and 3 match up and 2 and 8 match up. Okay, we know that 3 and 3 share a common factor of 3, so those both turn into 1s. And then 8 and 2 share a common factor of 2, so that this 2 goes into 2 once and 2 goes into 8 4 times. So now our new problem says 1 over 1 times 4 over 1. So if we now multiply straight across is our third step. Multiply straight across. So 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 1 is 1. So our answer now is 4 over 1, which is an improper fraction. Okay, we learned about that earlier. An improper fraction is a fraction where the numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. So that's what we have now. We have a numerator that is greater than our denominator. So now our last step is we need to check and see if the fraction can be simplified. Well, we know that because we have an improper fraction, that can be changed back into a mixed number or a whole number. 4 divided by, this line means to divide, 4 divided by 1 equals 4. So our final answer is 4. Let's try a few together. Okay, if we have 1 and 1/5 times 1 and 2/3, the first thing we need to do is turn the mixed numbers into improper fractions. So we're going to take the denominator times the whole number plus the numerator all over the denominator. Okay, it's just going around the world. 5 times 1 plus 1 over 5. So 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So 6 over 5 times 3 times 1 plus 2 all over 3. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5, so 5 over 2. Okay, our second step is to see if we can cross simplify. Well, 6 and 2 share a common factor of 2. 2 goes into 2 once, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. 5 and 5, do they share a common factor? Yes, they do. They both share a factor of 5. 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 5 once. So now our third step is to multiply straight across. So now we have 3 over 1 times 1 over 1. So 3 times 1 going straight across is 3, and 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, let's try one more. Okay, we're going to multiply, turn these mixed numbers into improper fractions. 4 times 2 plus 3, and 12 times 1 plus 1. So 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. So 11 over 4 times 12 times 1 is 12, plus 1 is 13 over 12. Okay, we're going to see if we can cross simplify. Do 11 and 12 share a common factor? No, they don't, so we can't simplify. Do 4 and 13 share a common factor? No, they don't, so we can't cross simplify. So we're just going to multiply straight across. 11 times 13 equals 143. Okay, and 4 times 12 is 48. Okay, so we know that since we could not cross simplify, this fraction also cannot be simplified. So now we're going to just turn it back into a mixed number because we have an improper fraction. We have a numerator that is greater than our denominator. So how many times does 48 go into 143? Because remember, this means divide. 143 divided by 48. How many times does 48 go into 143? Well, let's give it a try. 48, let's try 3 times. Times 3 would give us 8 times 3 is 24, carry the 2. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 144. Okay, so 144 would be just barely too big, so that means it's going to be 2 as a whole number. 2 times 48 would be 96. Okay, but we know that because we were just barely 1 too big, we're only going to have 1 left over, so it's going to be 47 48ths. So our answer is 2 and 47 48ths. Okay, on the bottom, I want you to do the 2 pause and tries. Don't forget, the first thing you need to do is turn any mixed numbers into improper fractions. You do that by multiplying the denominator times the whole number, then add the numerator, and then place it all over top of the denominator. Okay, so our around the world here. Okay, then the second thing you're going to do is see if you can cross simplify, looking for any common factors. Then you'll multiply straight across, and then you turn any improper fractions back into whole numbers or mixed numbers. Okay, once you've tried these 2 and checked them with me, you can grab your assignment and get started.